Hey. We on.
Woo-wee! We
made
made it.
All right.
I ain't never pushed these buttons, man. This is fun. But
Welcome to Titan
confusing.
Forged Radio, coming at you live without that dirty, rotten Faz sitting over here, all whatever the hell he does.
We kicked him off the show because he hadn't taken a shower in a week, and we're like, we're not going to let that stinking bastard talk today.
I could smell him through the microphone. It's gross.
He's running late in the PDX traffic over there, so it might be a while. He'll probably make the regular show, so we'll talk shit about him in the green room until he makes it home. Maybe that'll make him drive faster.
He should make it. So at least that's what he said. We'll see.
We'll see. But I probably ought to tip the producer again because pushing all these buttons, holy macaroni, I haven't done this in months, and I almost forgot what I was doing.
You think they'd make it a lot easier, just a one clicker. All right, everybody's in?
You would think.
Ready, go.
Well, starting it is fine, but getting like the background up and the pictures up. Here, wait, we can do this. Let's see if I push this button. Hey, there we go.
Looking good,
Much better. There we go.
Dude, your camera's nice. It's the iPhone, right? Isn't that what you
It's
said?
the iPhone, man. I got this Mac Mini a couple weeks ago. I was having all kinds of problems. I love Fedora, and I hate Windows now. And I couldn't get the damn... no matter what I did, because I'm on Fedora is like a little bit goofy, it would not let me connect the webcam up to it, and it wouldn't let me connect my Android phone up to it. So I used, for like 2 weeks, I just used this third-party downloaded program to stream through my Android. Well, it delayed. So every time I would talk, my mouth was like 3 seconds behind what I was saying. I'm like, this sucks. I'm like, I want to get an Apple device anyway. And then suddenly they said, oh, it'll connect automatically to any Apple product, your iPhone, and you can use it as a webcam. I said, well, shit, I wanted to get something anyway.
Dude,
so I got this Mac Mini, and it just works, man.
Now, man.
They did.
You're one of them.
No. So I am very, very Linux based now, and I hate Windows. I've hated Windows for a long time. And I've promoted when people with their iPhones and such, I'm like, look, here's the difference. On Android and Windows, you can use those programs plus Apple's programs. On Apple, you can use Windows and all these other programs. But if you're on just Apple, you can't use a lot of these other programs. I said, that's the difference. So if you have a good mix of both, it just works out.
Well, as a fellow iPhone user, they got me too. So guess what?
Well, they're good devices. They're great for audio and video. I'm making all that stuff I made for all the podcasts. Yeah. I had never used iMovie before. I just sat here one night. I watched a couple YouTube videos. I started poking buttons and came out okay.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Whenever you talk to like editors and stuff like that, it was the go-to for the longest time. I got a Mac a long, long time ago, and I fucking hated it. So I threw it in the garbage and got myself went back to Windows. Like,
oh no.
Oh yeah. Well, I
hate it.
I used Chromebook for the longest time.
So did I.
It's simple and easy, but I don't know, man. I'm a simpleton when I change stuff, and I'm old, So when you get old, it's hard to change. So it's set in your ways, crotchety old man.
Right. So we're going to be missing Betty again tonight, huh?
Yeah, he is busy networking down in Texas. So nice. He's had some pretty cool experiences over the last little while, especially after South by Southwest is going on. So he's down there hobnobbing with people. So, yeah, he's having a good time. But I won't be around next week. I'm going to be on spring break, so with the family, and gone for the week. So, but
very cool.
Week after, and then I ain't got anything until I go bear hunting, which will probably be middle of the end of May. So I'll be around for a while.
All right, cool deal.
Yeah.
That helps. Everybody's got to get away once in a while. You know what I mean? You can't be here every single week.
I've been slacking this month though. I was over and I went snowboarding and skiing over in the other side of Oregon the last 2 weekends in a row. And we were over there Thursday through Sunday, so it was nice. It was good.
Very cool. I can't wait to see it up there, man. I'd been there a couple of times on business, and to this day, my favorite drive that I've ever taken, and I've driven literally across the U.S. like 4 times. I landed in Seattle, and I had to drive to Tacoma.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the most beautiful drive I had ever taken in my life. I stopped a few times just to soak up what I saw. It was just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you get kind of that same type of drive when you're going from, Salem, Portland area over here, and then going to Central Oregon or Eastern Oregon. You go over the Cascades, you have the big mountains and, just beautiful forests and rivers. And then you come out and you're in a high desert and you're like, what the hell? I just went completely 2 different ecosystems in a matter of like 2 minutes.
Right.
Oh yeah. I love it. The country here is amazing. I love it so much. It's beautiful. You have the coast. From where I live, I'm an hour away from the coast. I'm an hour away from skiing or snowboarding. It's beautiful forests. It's fun. It's good. It's nice.
A buddy of mine that I grew up with, he moved to Reno, Nevada, and had the same experience. He was talking. Yeah, he said he took pictures of himself. He's by the pool, and it was like 88 degrees. And then 3 hours later, he was up in the mountains skiing. He's like, you can have any weather you want at any point in Reno. I was like, what?
That's cool. I didn't know that.
I was like, wow.
I thought Reno was I don't know this, but I always heard it was a shithole. So
I don't know. He was there for a long time. He's highly, highly successful now. And my group of friends, we all joined the military right out of high school. And the funniest part of the whole thing is he went to go into the Navy with us, the rest of us, and the Navy turned him down because he had a pin in his knee, right? Mm-hmm. So he gets all pissed off. He's throwing a fit. He had a little temper problem back then. And he's storming out of the recruiting office. And this Marine pokes his head out the door, and he's like, why are you making all that noise? He's like, these fucking assholes won't let me join because I got a pin in my knee. He goes, that's it?
Yeah.
Guy became a Marine.
He goes, hey, can you fog this mirror? You're a Marine.
Yeah, so he was a Marine, and he worked on airplanes. And so he was all into the electronics and all that kind of stuff. And when he got out, he did a 6-year tour. He got out, and he wanted to get into this new technology because they were dying for electronics people, and it's called the cell phone industry. And he ended up going on this interview with this company that made cell towers. And he walks in there, and he's like, oh, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Sure, yeah, no problem. Yeah, military taught me everything. Mm-hmm. Dude comes back with this stack of like 20 books. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, they offered me the job. They're paying me $100,000 a year. I got to learn how to do this shit. I'm like, oh, my God.
I love it.
He bullshit his way through it, and he's still in the same industry today, 26 years later, and he's senior executive lead engineer of the 9th, Mason degree at whatever, and he's just living the high life at this point.
That's hilarious.
It is, and that's what it back then. There, you didn't have the internet or anything really, so you could bullshit your way through anything.
Right, and it's like nobody checked on anything back then. It's like, oh, okay, take your word on it. Can you do the job? Yep.
He had said like 7 or 8 years into it, when they started to promote him, they started questioning him about where he got his college degree, and he's like, I don't have one. And they about shit themselves, and he's like, nobody ever asked me. They just asked me if I knew how to do this stuff, and I told him, yeah, and well, here I am doing it. And so he ended up having to go back to college.
Give me a fucking break. Like,
yeah,
that's the thing that kills me. I've heard lots of companies do that, and the fact that you got somebody that's working, doing the job of their, supervisor, and their supervisor, but yet for them to get promoted, they're like, you need to go to college. I'm doing like 3 jobs above me. Yeah, you want me to go to college and get my degree. This is coming from me, which I have a college degree. It's like, but it's just like there's a place for it and there's not a place for it. And we're just in this world where you're just like, why are we doing this? It's so weird. But
well, I'll tell you. So experience counts, right? Because I went to college. I did like 3 semesters and realized it wasn't for me. I went for geology.
Stop. That's what I got my degree in.
I know. That's why I was laughing when you said that last week. I wanted to be a geologist, actually a volcanologist or an oceanographer.
Oh, yeah.
And so they started me out there, and then I got distracted being a young punk and started not showing up to college classes, and at that point I had to pay for it, so I was like, eh. And then that's when all my buddies were like, yeah, we're not digging this college thing either. Let's just go join the service or something.
Oh, yeah. All right. Go do something where people tell me what
to
do
something.
And, it's easier. They pay me money. We got all the food I can eat.
Well, the experience paid off, though, right? Because all that time, the 12 years I spent in the financial world and financial planning, I wouldn't have understood crypto had I not gone that route. And that gave me a huge advantage when I got to this space because I recognized everything already. And it was just a matter of taking the company part out of it at first and applying the same principles, basically.
Yeah. No,
but
all of our experiences in life lead us to where we're at now, right? And it's weird the different paths we all can take and still end up in this same spot and, looking at the same things and gives us all different, ideas and focuses, and I don't know, makes it fun and interesting.
Well, it does, and that's the thing is the experience, right? I don't care, what they make you memorize in school and all that stuff. You have to have basics, right? You have to know how to do basic math and how to write, compose a coherent message to somebody. But although, like when I was working at startups and stuff, I literally my first day at a company in Texas, I had to build my desk, and I was in the hallway right next to the CEO because it was that much of a startup. I think I was employee 51. They're well over 600 employees today. But that was the first throw me out there moment because I asked him, we're just bullshitting, and I says, well, how do you want me to approach this? He's like, Jake, that's why I hired you. You need to figure it out. And I'm like, oh shit. It just got real.
Yeah.
and then that's all it took. I just ran with it from there, and it throwing people into the fire isn't a bad thing all the time.
No.
The people have to be able to take it. You have to be reasonably intelligent. You have to have a passion for what you're doing. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. But
well, and too much these days, we're not raising our kids to be, self-thinkers, self-starters type of stuff. It's a very, in schools, it's just that way in school. It's like, go here, stand in this line, bell rings, go to this next class, click, 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 click. There's no real, it's hard to find, at least I should say, the ability to teach kids to learn how to learn, or take that initiative to figure out something, right? You want to solve a problem. How do I solve it? Okay, let me figure it out. So,
well, that's what I was going to suggest as one of the topics for our cast later tonight is the education that people get and how that plays into the stupidity. Okay. Because that is a huge, huge topic of contention right now.
Works out good.
And yeah, so I totally understand where you're coming from there. Yeah. What do we have tonight? What can we tell Green Room about what we got tonight for the game? And you promised us a really big announcement of epic cool shit.
I did.
You did.
Okay. I got it for you. I got it. All right.
You're just going to pull it right out your ass at the last minute, hoping I forget.
I'm going to ask ChatGPT something real quick. What big announcement should I give them? Okay. Got it. Well, I think we got to touch on Gala's recent, pumping of the information because it's gotten hot and heavy again, really close to the end of the quarter. So need to talk about that. The game is called Fury, Fury. And we got some gameplay. Betty's not here. He gave me some gameplay that he did. He also gave me an overview because I asked him, I said, hey, give me an overview because nobody wants to hear us talk because we're going to be like, oh, look, he has a gun and he walks around and shoots people. Betty's great. He knows the games in and out. He's got some good information. So he kind of gave me a little bullet point. So we'll see how much I can jack that up.
Nice. Well, I think this is amazing. We're exposing people on Thursdays to so many other platforms. And I know that was huge for me because I didn't realize that there were so many others. I would talk shit all the time about Gala and say, well, there's plenty of other gaming companies, but the quality and everything else on a lot of these other platforms is really pushing the limits, I think.
I think there's one other thing we should talk about too is Jesse's stuff. He pushed it out. Seed Starter.
I know. I do want to talk about that. That is a fantastic idea that he's come into. And I think that that's going to go really, really far. We had a lot of conversations about that earlier. And I was thinking it was going to be like next year. But turns out he's moving right along pretty quickly.
Yeah. I just got to know how much I can actually talk about and what I can't talk about. But I think I'm going to pull some stuff up that is just basics because we put out our little write-up. So we talked with Jesse and put a little write-up out there. And I think we can go with that as a guideline to make sure that we're not divulging information that we're not supposed to.
Yeah, I was trying to be very careful how I promoted it as well because he wants to do it on his terms and in his way. So we'll try not to say something stupid that we shouldn't.
Yeah, I think if we just go over the basics of what it is, we'll be fine. He's done that on his Twitter. He's done it on, again, our write-up that we put out, on it. It's just the basics of it. We won't go into any other or really big details that we potentially might know. So I am excited about that. It's a pretty awesome project.
Absolutely. He took me totally by surprise when he put that out. I wasn't thinking it was anything like what it actually turned out to be. Completely different direction, but it's genius, actually. For all the shit we gave Jesse, I told him a long time ago, I said, I couldn't fucking stand Law Tank, but I really like Jesse Hines. It runs the same way. Same with Brink, right? Jason Brink, I like the guy. I think he's an awesome guy. Bitbender, I can't stand him. His title, his role, what he has to do, I don't like. Because it involves doing things that I don't think are right sometimes. But the guy, he's a passionate guy, and when you take the Bitbender tag off of his shirt, he's a hell of a good guy. And that's...
I agree with that sentiment. I mean, and I've had plenty of great conversations with him as Bitbender and as Jason. I've met him in person. I've had dinner with him. He's a good person overall. I mean, you can just look at what he's done throughout his career and, what he does. But I agree that the situation that he's in with Gala feels like it's borderline, like ripping him apart in a sense. Like it's tough. It's tough when you're having to back the announcements that come out okay. I'm going to get into it a little bit here, but we can get into it deeper. Is the fact that the Google partnership that came out, the crypto deal out there is like, oh, everybody's going to announce a partnership, right? The classic one was, we're partnered with Amazon. This is from 2017, 2018. Oh, we're partnered with Amazon. And then you find out it's because they're hosting their servers with AWS. So
Right?
that's their partner with Amazon. And I joked when it came out. I was like, hey, can I get a little information on this partnership? We know this was pushed out a while ago with C2 Ventures and whatnot. Nothing. I didn't hear anything. And then, it comes out that Brink basically said that it is the fact that they're invested in the same fund as the Google guys are, the Google Venture Fund. So they're just invested in the same one. And for me, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. How do you consider that being a partnership? You're not partnered with Google. You're literally doing the same thing. And for him to do that has to like rip him apart, because that's a classic stupid crypto thing to do. It says I'm partnered with somebody when you're not actually a partner with anything, unless I'm completely wrong and there's way more to it, but they just haven't put it out there.
Benny's statement was way different than Bitbender's.
Yeah.
And it could be that Bitbender didn't know how much he could say and just kind of blew it off. But at the same time, so some of the bullshit that I've called Bitbender out on is he plays this game when he doesn't want to talk about things. He'll say, I don't know. I'm not a part of that meeting. I'm not in that thing. Bullshit. You're the number 2 guy over there. Don't give me bullshit that you don't know what's going on. You know exactly what's going on in every aspect of that company. And he's smart enough to keep his mouth shut most of the time, because that is the problem when you turn on the button. They need a button there to turn off benefactors' keyboard and microphone.
Well, in all actuality, I don't know if he's actually even active anymore. Is he even there?
Yeah, he pops in every so often.
Is it even him though?
Well, see, that's the thing. That big long wall of text that he posted about the new gala, that was not him. I guarantee
I'm saying, like, even you're not seeing the same benefactor.
But they're recognizing that he's causing them problems,
right?
Which is a step in the right direction. And at Christmas time, I got on FazRadio for our end of year show, and I told him to quit, just step aside. It's the best thing for Gala, going forward. And, that seems to be where all the problems go or stem from. And, if he would just step into that silent partnership and let people who know what they're better doing in this space make the decisions, and maybe they're in a different place. And it could be, it's not that Eric's dumb. He's proven that he's very successful at gaming, but he's, I think, having trouble coming over to the blockchain side. He's used to
he's Web 2
the traditional gamer, and he's just not getting it, and he doesn't understand why it's not working on this side. And it's a whole different mentality, and I don't think he can wrap his head around that.
Look, the guy is a marketing genius. Like he's able to put a team together. He's able to grab people and build a company. He's done it many times, right? Like, you want somebody like that to come in and build a company like that. And he does a good job pulling it up and putting the pieces together. And you can't deny that. He's done it, time and time again. But also time and time again, he also leaves and those companies do way better. So that's the next step. And I think, from the side of a creator where I've created companies as well, there's a point where you're getting shit on by all the followers and the people that are out there. And this is your baby. This is what you've built, and you're going to get defensive. I understand that 100%. And, letting that hot head come through and do what he does in the Discord isn't the best for the company, but I get it. I totally understand it. I would tell people to fuck off too if they want to come in and tell me how I'm doing things wrong and that kind of stuff. I get that. I totally understand that. And the way he says it too, like, you're in my living room, you're in my Discord right now, you're in my living room, right? And you're going to tell me that shit. It's like, I get that. I think there's some tact that can be used with certain people that are out there that'll get them a lot farther. You can attract more bees with honey than you can with vinegar type of situation. So, but we've kind of reached this precipice of, we released an article this week about Gala. I don't know.
I read that.
Or should we?
We should probably hit that on the main show. Yeah.
The main show, and we're gonna have to go there soon because Faz apparently isn't gonna show up tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he messaged us.
Oh yeah, look at that, delayed again. Traffic.
I think we're gonna. This is the announcement. I'm gonna put it out. Faz quits. Faz has officially quit. He is no longer a part of the FazRadio show. This is officially, what is it? The Forged Titan, the Titan Forged, the Fortin, the Tyforged, Typhoid. That doesn't work. Move on that
one. We need a foil though, and he does really good with that. Now watch, that was a really bad move because now he's going to be like, all right, you guys fire me, you got to hire me back, pay up.
Sure, I'll pay you. I got 50 cents an hour.
Ooh, that's perfect. Shanrat, yes, it's Fazless Radio now. Yes, I'm going to put that on the title for our main show.
Where are you seeing this?
In the comments.
Oh, I'm looking at I always look at the Discord, waiting for people to comment on the Discord. Nice. Okay.
Speaking of, I gotta go to the Discord. I gotta get our main show stuff ready. I keep forgetting we don't have a producer.
Get that damn thing ready, dude. You slacker.
All right. Announcements.
I'm gonna take away your today. 5-cent
Right.
paycheck.
All right. Let's see what we've got here. Fazless Radio begins.
But yeah, we put out a couple articles that we'll talk about. We did one on Myria. Oh, I got some information on Myria too. That's interesting. Like, I guess it's not interesting, but just been trying to dig in with them, so we can go into that one because they did a year, like half year roadmap, and so we kind of did a little rundown on what they've done in the first quarter, even though theirs is supposed to be the first half. We just wanted to kind of compare.
Oh, nice.
Along with the Gala one, which we did a quarterly one to see where they were at. So we can kind of
we're last show of the month. We're gonna do it, and this one is, of course, the quarterly one. So it's gonna be interesting. I said they're either deking us big time because they're gonna drop everything on the 30th and have it all perfect, right, or their excuse is going to be, we gave you guys 5 play tests. What else do you want? We're working so hard.
I will say the play tests are kind of cool. I like the play tests. They're good. But it's not what you said you were going to do. I mean, that's
right.
So, and they might. They still have, 2 weeks left to get, a whole bunch of stuff out to us. And we'll see.
Mm-hmm. I am almost there. Almost there. I gotta get the
Crypto View. Oh, I heard. Was it Crypto View? Crypto View and Gala Zoro. Gala, is it Zoro? Gala. Zoro?
Yeah.
Gala Zoro. Is it
Gala Zoro?
It's one of two. I'm listening to the podcast right now, actually, with what's his dingle?
Glitch.
Yes, with Glitch.
Yeah, I listened to that finally at work today. I finally got around to that. I've been slammed. I didn't have an opportunity to catch that one, but that one he just did is really, really good. They break down spider tanks really well. Yeah.
I was watching that one on YouTube a little bit. I'm waiting for that one to come on podcast too, but I'm in the middle. I'm almost done with actually the Zoro Gala one, which is a good one. It's good to find out about these guys and how they heard about it. And I think is it Crypto View that he's friends with? I don't know. I got to remember. There's
Crypto Compliant, there's Crypto View, there's Crypto something else. Yeah, there's quite a few.
So many cryptos.
Yes, there is.
We're in crypto something.
All right, it's 1Q.
Oh, yeah,
So where the
Arbitrum
hell am I
airdrop. We
going?
talked about that too. That got announced as well.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that did.
Yeah. There's so many things
right.
to talk about. Come on.
There is. There's plenty.
All right.
Oops. All right, let me post the YouTube link. Paste.
You already gave me the... Yeah.
Who gave what?
You already gave me the actual podcast link.
Yep. So we just got to switch over, and that'll start momentarily. Let's see. Send it now. Yes. All right, I sent the announcement out. Let's switch over, man.
All right. I will see you.
Catch you guys later.